Hello again, Afghanistan team. This is Dan Siskin with FHI 360's Tech Lab with another Drupal training for you. This video is going to be on translating content to Dari and Pashto from English. Now, very quickly, let me just say that what is meant by translate is not that we automatically translate from one language to another. That's not the case. What it means is that we're creating corresponding pages in the other two languages. So there's no translation of English to Dari and Pashto directly. We are creating three different pages. And how you do this, there are different ways you can do this, and how you choose to do it depends on what you find easiest for your workflow. It's possible to start with an English page and then create the Dari and Pashto pages from that. And it's also possible to start with Dari or Pashto and then build out the other two pages from there. The key thing here is to kind of keep your process and your content organized so that all of your corresponding pages are really on the same place in the site on all three different languages. Otherwise, if you were to just do each of these sites separately, you will find it very much more difficult to keep track of your content and to check and make sure that you have all the content that you are supposed to have on all three sites. So it's important to kind of have a very organized process, and if you do an about page and about the faculty or something like that on a university site, to make sure that in fact that about the faculty page appears in the same place in terms of navigation on all three sites. Okay, so let me get into a few things, and I'm going to start with the English site just because that's easier for me. We notice that there is a history page here, but it has no content. So just as a little review, let me go ahead and create that content for the history site. So I'm going to go to, in English, I'm going to go to Edit, and once that comes up, I'm actually going to notice the title is here, the body needs to be filled in, the language indicates is English, and then the menu link has already been determined. It's history, and it's a child of the about. So let me just copy some text from the USAID Afghanistan page to have something to fill in there. I'm going to go back and I'm going to paste it in, and then I'm going to go down and let's also add an image. You've seen this before, but it never hurts to have some repetition. And I'm going to click on the image icon here. I'm going to browse the server, and I'm going to choose an image file, double click on that, and then hit OK in this dialog box to add the image to the body of the document, of the page. Now note that this is going to appear below the text. We will get into some formatting instruction later on, but let's just leave it as it is here, and I will hit save to update that. And there's our updated history page in English. Okay, so now I want to create the same page in Dari. So I'm going to go to the Dari site, and note that since I went from a page and I go to Dari, it goes to the same page in the other language. So this is the history site in Dari, and I'm going to copy some material from the Ministry of Higher Education's website, which also I believe is a history site, a history page. So let me just copy some text, select and then copy. I'm going to go back to the to the history site, and then I hit the edit button, and then the title is already there because that page has existed already. and then I'm going to paste in the text, and then everything else is the same. The menu link is the same, the parent item is the same, and so forth. So actually that site was there already, or it was created for me when I hit translate. So if I now save this page, it will come up, and there's our history page in Dari. If you want to go through and make some edits in terms of paragraph edits, then you have to go through and do that. And I am finding it hard to read that or to see where the end of a sentence is, so I'm just going to leave it as is. But that's how you would do it. You could put your cursor in there, hit enter, and you should come up, and then hit save, and you should have a paragraph break right there. So that is really all that's involved with Translate. I mean, you can translate this now to if you go to the Translate dialog box, you see that it's in Dari, and it's also in English, and in fact we also have it in Pashto, as it turns out, so we could edit that page as well. And there it is. And let's just go ahead, as long as we're on the ministry's site, let's go to Pashto, and we'll pull in the same text. Control C to copy back over to the Dari page, or the Pashto page. Click in the text box, hit Control V to paste, scroll down and hit save, and now we've created the history page in Pashto. So after this video, I'm going to go ahead and delete these, just because I don't want anyone to think that in fact these, well, it doesn't matter. I will go ahead, we'll keep them here. This is a practice site. I was going to say that we don't want anyone to feel like this content is the correct content, but this is a practice site and doesn't matter. So I hope that is helpful. We will have another video for you soon.